Are we already kicking off? Let me see. We live in Untamed. We rolling, and we rolling. And it's spinning, nigga, it's
All right,
spinning.
we have this woman
All right,
that
hold
says
up.
right.
Y'all know what it is. You know what you hit. You know where you at. Let's get started. I got a couple reactions to do. I got a couple of Coach Greg Adams. I think what's it? Poor Man's Podcast. I got one from Poor Man's Podcast and another one. So we just gonna have some fun today. Roll the dice, see what's going on, see what's happening. I'm gonna give my reaction, my live, viral, real reaction to some of these topics, and see what's going on. Let's pop
it here. Okay, let me see if I can get the volume up. We have a mud shark here.
Hot take, but I don't want to work anymore.
A mud duck.
So we got, again, another mud shark, a white woman here. Again, an older white woman. This is an older white woman, guys. This is a sad reality. Here we go.
Hot take, but I don't want to work anymore. God has completely removed that boss babe mentality from me. I desire nothing more than to be provided for. Now let me say, if somebody's providing for you, I truly believe though that you are serving them and serving your family. I don't want somebody to just be providing for me and I'm like laying on the couch doing nothing. I want to serve my family if my husband is providing for me. And it's so funny because for so many years I had this super masculine, I want to be a boss babe and I want to do all these things, and I still enjoy what I do. I'm a hairstylist. I run a small business and I make content on the side and I love what I do. It brings me so much joy to spread the gospel online and I get to make people feel pretty all day. It's a privilege and an honor to do my job. However, with that being said, I would much rather be cooking and cleaning for my husband and running my kids to soccer practice. If I had to choose one or the other, I'm for sure every time going to choose my husband and my family. That I don't even have yet, but I know that the Lord puts the desire, he knows the desires of our heart because he puts them there. So it's just funny that the Lord will completely change the way that you think.
It's amazing how these type of women will comedian their way through life. You know, when she didn't need no man, and she was single, and maybe she had a little shit going on. She didn't need no man. But when life get hard, that's when all of a sudden they want to be trad wives. I want a traditional man, traditional lady. When life gets tough, that's when they want to come pull that shit on back. It's just funny to watch. In society, it should be funny to watch, man. Yeah, I'll be laughing.
Of course, it's the Lord that did it.
See, yeah,
they're
going to
take Sky Daddy and put it in there to see, hey, the Lord has blessed this. I want to turn the chapter. I'm a new page. I'm a different woman. This is after the All-Star game and her walking the carpet at Caesar's Palace and her OnlyFans and her whoring and her nightclub activity and her ninja dick hopping and giving niggas free sex and showing up the niggas' house. I'm successful with women using this strategy. All of this is gone. After her boss babe, and I'm an aggressive woman, and I'm focusing on my career.
So I could focus on my career.
My career comes first. Now she's 36, give or take. See, the women that want this life typically, not saying she won't get it, but in general, typically have to decide this before throwing your pussy down the gutter. All right, now it's going to be harder for you after you throw your shit down the gutter. It's going to be harder for you after the fact, all right? Because men have seen you do it. I've seen you leaving the nightclub. I've seen you coming out of the apartment.
Yeah, I've seen you, baby.
After first date, pussy. I've seen you out here whoring. I've seen you out here doing this. I've seen your OnlyFans. I've seen your content. She says I make content. OnlyFans. Or some sort of Instagram whoring content. All right, whatever it is. Now, God has put it on my heart. God has showed me in the era of Sierra and the Lord's Prayer, I would rather have kids and take them to soccer practice and be cooking and cleaning. I mean, the irony. don't you think it's a little too late for this? Now, again, like I said, they're going to find one. This is what I said earlier. This is what happens. You think these women be down and out? Yeah, they jump up on the internet and say this, but this is a simp wolf whistle. This is a simp wolf whistle. She just has to have one guy out of 1,000 guys that's going to hit her DM. I'll put you up. I'll keep you.
Right.
Now she wants to listen. She wants to listen. I'll do that now. Why? Because you've seen the results of being riding a cock carousel, right?
And that's the problem with the whole thing, is that she didn't have any consideration for her future husband as she was going through, maybe, you know, who knows what she might have been doing while she was single. She had no consideration for her future husband. And now she hoping some simp come in and save the day, because now she ready to be a traditional wife and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's code switching at its finest.
You seen the results, and you ended up nothing but a...
I mean, I'm not going to assume she was riding the cop carousel or that she was jumping from dick to dick, but, you know, you think about this. If she didn't respect marriage or the sanctity of marriage early on, say in her 20s, then what does she have left for her husband? What type of respect does she have left in her mind for the man that would be her husband? See, women who want to be married automatically have in their mind, I want to save something of my body for my husband. You know, this type of woman is just looking to use marriage as a come up, or she wants to check off that tick mark to say that, yeah, I was married, or for a short while, and maybe even get divorced or something like that. She just wants to say she did it, or she wants to come up. Maybe she's looking for a guy that's paid. She can come up off of. But she has no respect for anybody that would be her future husband, because she didn't guard her body for him. You know, so any nigga that would raise his hand and say, I'll be her husband, is a sucker. He's a sucker ass nigga, and she know it. She's looking for suckers to be like, okay, I done washed this coochie in the sink, and now, you know, I'm looking for a man that'll have me.
You ended up with nothing. You don't have a man. She probably has kids, looking at her body and those rounded shoulders and those saggy tits. She probably has a kid, or at least her body has produced at least 2 or 3 kids in her womb, and she's killed maybe 2 or 3 of them. All right, but she's definitely been pregnant, probably been engaged to a sucker. All right, but we heard these women say the same thing. Where the begging guys at? I want a man to beg me and put me up and all of this stuff. This is what men are presented with when you are now stable economically, and maybe you're emotionally available. You were less successful with women in your past, and now you don't want to date younger women. You have low standards for yourself, and you don't mind old pogs. You're calling them MILF can be pogs too. All right, this is low standard activity, and she's just finding one guy. I gotta find one. Remember, they don't give up. They don't give up. All right, they don't be completely down and out. All these businesses she has, guarantee you, she's still living paycheck to paycheck. All right, she has stacked away nothing. She's 30, 40, 50 bodies in deep, and now, you know what? God has put it on my heart to change me. I'm a changed woman now. All my sins are washed away. I've been redeemed.
And that's what men are seeing as a front right now. You know what I mean? It's just a condition of necessity that all of a sudden she want to act right. You know, if she had her shit worked out and she was doing well financially, she wouldn't be talking this shit. But like my man Greg Adams said, all these so-called businesses and content that she doing, she probably got no money saved, no money in no bank account at all. So now, okay, men are providers. Let me find a man. It's funny. I don't give a damn if they single. I don't give a damn if they like girls sometimes. They all understand that men are the providers. Men are the providers. They don't want to be with a girl bad enough that, you know, no female wants to be with a girl bad enough that she gonna pay the bills. So they all find their way back to men when they need shit paid.
You're 30, you're 40, you're 50, and here she comes. Want to hold out 90 days to give you some sex. All right. Hairline pushed back like Hulk Hogan. And saying God put it on our hearts. Now, this is what you're up against. Not saying that this is a bad, This is a bad strategy for them. I'm going to say that. This is a horrible strategy for women. This strategy of them living up their 20s and 30s and then pivoting like this is a horrible strategy. It has ruined dating and relationships and marriages. It's ruined it. All right, for a vast majority of people. Do some people come out of this with success stories? Yes. All right, but this is a horrible strategy because now she's saying, I choose this life now. I mean, more power to her. So now her whole way of dating men. Now, if you get sex out of her, you know what's going to happen. She's going to show you the bill. Okay. Now you know that she don't like you. What is she doing? She's following her own plan and purpose. All right. The guy she liked was the guy she gave easy sex to and you thought you were doing something. She wanted to do that. Now she don't want to do that no more. So she's changed her strategy. It's nothing you did. It's her strategy. It's her strategy. So let's hear this again, man. Break it down. Okay, here we go.
Anymore. God has complete take, but I don't want to work anymore.
I don't want to work anymore. I actually say that all the time. I said that I'm about the evolution. At some particular point, they'll use their feminism card up, and then, damn, I got to work for the next 40 years. They'll do it.
Remove that like boss babe mentality from me.
I need to remove the boss babe mentality. I don't want to work no more. All right. They think, oh, I got to work for 45 years. No mas. No mas. She ain't going to listen to you. She ain't going to be on your program. She's just going to come in and say, well, look, I pick you.
And that's you.
I pick you.
And
You're
that's
the one.
you.
And you should be lucky to have a woman like that.
That's you. I need somebody to help me through life and pay my bills. And that's you. Good guy, sucker, last nigga on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Get some of this chewed up bubble gum. That's you. Right? You a good man. You a good boy. You a good boy. Be a good boy. And pay my shit for me. Yeah, and the niggas paying for it. Give me some juji fruits. Give me some bonbons, and the sucker, the simp ass niggas paying for it.
She ain't gonna suck your dick. She ain't gonna suck the black off your dick or the white. She gonna think she did you a favor. All these men love me, and all these men want me for sex, but I choose you. That's what she's saying right here.
That like boss babe mentality from me. I desire nothing more than to be provided for.
Provide for me. Pay for all my shit. Pay off my debt.
That's evil, man.
Boom. Pay for my
It's
trips,
sad.
vacations, travels. Pay for my business debt. I just want to be provided for. The money.
That's you.
By the way, if you look at the comment
That's
section,
you.
check it out. Baby, I've never wanted to work. Of course not. It's all been a grift. All I want to do is go to Pilates and matching Lululemon sets, then get coffee and go to TJ Maxx in my Escalade. Is that too much to ask for? Maturing out of growing boss babe vibes. My whole life changed when I let my husband provide and lead me. All right, ladies, it's possible. I married one. We serve each other. So many women are feeling this, praying this actually happens. I have the same mindset, but I'm single, so I have to keep being a boss babe. This is me too. I felt like I served the Lord so much better by being a stay-at-home mom and wife than a corporate man. Remember when I tell you again, there's nothing you did to get the women. You have to take your ego out of it. Most of the time, it is a conscious decision that they're leading you down. I'm trying to warn you guys. You're going to find out too late. Otherwise, they're leading you down a trail. It is a strategy. They're trying to get you to do certain things. They will kiss your neck and massage your shoulders. They're trying to get you somewhere. They're leading you somewhere. It is never that they like you and they just wanted to give you free sex because you were just so amazing. They're leading you somewhere. They're trying to get you to do something, to invest, to take them out on a good date. They'll give you some pussy here and there. Then they'll be like, date number 3, why don't you take me out? Have you ever done this? You got sex from a woman 2 or 3 times, and she says, let's go somewhere this time. Let's go out. But you thought you were doing something so great to get the sex for free. I did this, and she came over 3 times, and I fucked. 4th time, let's go out on a date. Let's go to the Irvine Spectrum. Let's go to a movie. Let's go to a nightclub. Let's go on vacation. So what was it? Lost leader. She led you down that. So you didn't have to invest up front. She just led you down that on the back end. Okay? Now that I gave you 3 pieces of pussy, I'll give you more if we now go out on the 4th date. If we go out to a movie.
Well, shit, I'm good. All I needed was 3 slices. slices of pussy, bitch. Just 3. I don't need no more. Now you want to move the goalpost. I just need 3 points. Kick a field goal. 3. Get the 3 from my side. I just need 3. 3 pieces of ass. That's all I need. 3. Just 3. I don't need 4, 5. I don't need to keep you hoe. Turn the rental back in. You know, it's a rental, not a buy. I rent it. I ain't gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to San Diego for the weekend. You didn't? Yeah, let's go to Top Golf. So that was a decision she made. You didn't do nothing special. She just said, I found a mark, and I'm going to lead them down this way. Now she's selling you, just like this woman. Pay off my debt. I gave you some pussy. All right, and now she's saying, all right, now I want to be provider for her.
Somebody's providing for you. I truly believe, though, that you are serving them and serving your family. I don't want somebody to just be providing for me and I'm like laying on the couch doing nothing. I want to serve my family if my husband is providing for me. And it's so funny because for so many years I had this like super masculine.
But see, that's the thing. You know, when you spend your 20s, you know, focus on being a boss babe. I'm going to say you focus on being a boss babe, which also leads to I can do what I want with my body. You know, so boss babe, I've got complete autonomy. I can do what I want with my body. I can have whatever whole phase I want. And then now you want to, you know, present that flawless to a husband. Husbands back in the day used to get exclusivity from their wives. That's what the whole white dress was about. So we need to retire the white dress. If y'all just gonna go out, do what the fuck you want to do, rack up body count, because let's be honest, women can rack up body count way faster than men. You know, men want to get laid anyway, so you know that's the reason why you can't really be a player as a female, because it's too easy. So you gonna go out, rack up body count, get it all out your system supposedly, and then you got what you got left for your husband. What do you have left to bond with your husband on? You can't revere your husband and you got 50 other guys in your mind that still had access to your body. There's a bonding there that happens with women that generally doesn't happen to men. It sounds a little bit sexist, but generally sex means more for women than it does men. And so if you've already given your body away to so many different men, you find it difficult to really bond with your husband. You may get a husband. You want a husband, but you want something in the way of security. You want something in the way of finances. You know, you don't respect your husband. And you got 50 other men in your mind. Athletes, entertainers, niggas that's taller, shorter, more well endowed, but you got this sucker paying all your bills. This is why you get tired of your marriage, because you didn't save anything mentally for the man that's going to provide for you. So he don't get nothing but to provide for you, and you really just tolerating him until the time that you get the opportunity to leave the marriage with no fault. And oh, by the way, I need alimony and child support, so I can be a boss babe again, but with this nigga money. This nigga's paying for it. It's wild. It's kicking.
I want to be a boss babe and I want to do all these things, like, and I still enjoy what I do. Like I'm a hairstylist. I run a small business and I make content on the side. And
by the way, what you're hearing her saying essentially is, I make money, I'm successful, I have an income. This will get men all the time because she has a nice car, right? Leather seats, although that's pretty much standard in stock these days. She has a nice car. She's going to tell you she runs a business and she makes content. And she's probably going to tell you, I make $4,000 a month. I'm good. I have my own money. That doesn't mean that she's successfully in a good position financially. Now, you're going to come on top of that. Pause. So now on top of that, you're going to do the rest. You're going to fill in the blank. She might say something like this, okay, just so you can hear it. She might say something like this. Hey, I can afford my rent and my car note. I just need somebody to take care of the rest. All right, this is a woman dating strategy. So you might think, oh, she has a nice car, she has her own place, and it's nice. She has a townhouse, and she has money. Okay, she makes her own money. I see her. She has her own thing. I know her. And you might think you're going to come up. But what she then wants you to do is, hey, I make my own money and I pay my own rent, my car note. I just need somebody to take all of the extra pressure off of me for the other stuff. Or she might say it vice versa. I can pay for the other stuff. I just need somebody to pay half of the rent or move in or pay the car note. All right, so women use this strategy all the time. This is a strategy they use a lot. And it's lost leader pussy. This is lost leader. She led you down this. She fucked you like crazy. I had a woman fuck me like crazy. One day we were in 6 rounds. And then she tried to pull this shit on me. And that was after months and months and months of smashing the shit out of that. And then she was like, you know what? She probably got tight financially. She started taking out loans. And then boom. How about we move in together? How about we do this? And, I just need a man that can take care of this part. I got this part covered. I just need this. This is what she's talking about. All right, this is not God getting rid of the boss babe strategy. This is her in debt. All right, this is just her in debt. All right, and you might think, oh, man, she has her own career. She'll even pay half on dates.
In debt. Need help.
And she'll let you fuck with no payment, and you think you're getting it for free. And she's going to pivot to this. You know what? Let's move in together, and let's combine our resources. And, and you can just pay my car note from time to time. And just, but you're talking about not paying for pussy. This is payment for pussy. This is literally paying.
It's just different ways to pay
right,
for.
Because eventually then you just start thinking about all the pussy you're about to turn down. All right, she fucked me at will. All right, we've been fucking for months. And it's been free, and she been cool, and she know I got other broads. And eventually, gotcha. All right, she got you.
Gotcha, bitch.
And she'll start blaming the Lord and getting rid of that boss babe shit. This is her just in debt. This is a strategy.
So much joy to spread the gospel online, and I get to make people feel pretty all day. It's like a privilege and an honor to do my job. However, with that being said, I would much rather be cooking and cleaning for my husband and running my kids to soccer practice.
Of course.
If I had to choose one or the other, I'm for sure every time going to choose my husband and my
every time today from now on. Let's start with a clean slate. So from today, August 6th, 2025, I would choose my husband and kids every time. Now, ask her this a year before. The answer is no. They're going to be like, I got my own money, and I would never do this.
So I could focus on my career.
Know that this is always in play. A woman you're successful with where she's not, you don't see this is always coming. Because women are not good with money. They're not.
So, guys, It looks like the Kardashians are finally
This is
done.
my boy, Po Man's podcast. I'll find a way to link his this link in the comments below or something like that. But if you don't know Po Man's podcast, he's got good content. I follow the brother, and let's support him while you support me. Go on and like my shit too. And support his shit while you liking my shit. Let's kick it, P.
And to be honest, it makes sense. They've been relevant for like 20 years for almost no reason. We don't know why they've been relevant, but they've continued to be relevant. But there's only so many stunts you can pull at 50 years old to stay in the public eye before people just go, we get it, we don't care anymore. And it feels like people have finally reached that point. It looks like we're looking at the end of a dynasty, the end of an era. The Kardashians are aging like milk. Let's go ahead and get right to the video.
Why the entire Kardashian-Jenner clan is starting to look, well, ancient. We're talking Platisma Bands, Myriad lines, filler migration, the whole AARP starter pack. When Kim turned her head for the Vogue live stream, the first thing viewers noticed was the network of rope-like Platisma bands running down.
That looks damn. She looks like the colossal titan from Attack on Titan. She looks horrible. And it's just crazy because this is something that's irreversible. There were so many girls at my age, just how many young girls were influenced by an archetype like Kim Kardashian, and she didn't even like how she looked in the mirror. Imagine that. There were so many young girls, especially in my era, that looked up to women that didn't even like themselves. And it's interesting because, like, when I was growing up, in middle school, anorexia was a thing. Like, it was the whole stick your finger down your throat to make yourself stay skinny type of thing, and that was a big issue, and people were speaking up against it. But this has become the modern version of that. Like, the plastic surgery stuff has become the modern version of that. But the interesting part about the plastic surgery is, conveniently enough, it's irreversible, and if it goes bad, the only person that can help you is the surgeon that caused the issue. So it's like the guys are double dipping out here. It's just crazy to think about how many young women were influenced to behave and to look like basically high-end prostitutes that essentially hated themselves.
Well, look at what we have here, and shout out to Lael Hansen. What she's pointing out in this video with this red circle here is the fact that the natural aging process is unstoppable at this point in time. Yeah, you can do a whole bunch of surgeries to your face, getting Botox, pulling back the skin, etc. You know, tons of lighting and makeup and all this stuff. But over time, apparently, the surgeries will start to degrade.
And that's the diabolical part. Even when the stuff started to look bad, what they could do in that time, especially before everybody started to get hip to these techniques, is they could go in and use digital editing to make everything look good, neat, and nice until they went back in and got re-surgeries on top of the surgeries that they already got that failed. But once you start getting the surgeries, the only way to keep looking good is to keep trying to get the surgery. And it was diabolical because these young women started thinking, well, if I can make a bunch of money, I can start looking like the Kardashians. But they were competing against pretty much an AI algorithm. They were competing against fake human beings that were getting enhancements. And then on top of that, they were using digital editing before we had access to that type of stuff on cell phones. So they were just ahead of the time when it came to manipulating the human brain, essentially. But now you got to pay the piper, and they worked hard for this. They just doing what they love at this point.
The Botox will start to migrate, and your body, through the natural aging and repairing process, will start to revert back to what it wants to be, what it naturally would be if you hadn't gotten these surgeries. So it's kind of like a constant battle against like nature and gravity.
Those cords pop out because she removed so much submental fat with aggressive liposuction in 2021. So now the muscle sits naked under paper thin skin.
Wow.
I'm not okay. Man, nature yet again remains undefeated. You know, the Kardashians have been trying to fight for so many years with what this young lady in this video, as well as Lael Hansen, has said, liposuction and sucking out, I suppose, the natural fat deposits of certain areas when they were younger. So now that they've gotten older, it looks worse because
I'll get you, He-Man.
I suppose, along with the collagen to support that area anymore. Essentially,
they look like Skeletor and shit.
Gotten when they were younger.
I'll get you, He-Man. If it's the last thing I do.
Their bodies can no longer support the
but to be honest, it never really looked good. It was just kind of like Instagram face before everybody knew what that exactly looked like in person in real life. It was something that looked good in pictures where you got the editing and all the filters and stuff. But when you see the stuff in real life, it never really looks good. It doesn't really make anybody look younger. It really just makes 20-year-olds look like they're 35-year-olds. And for older women that get a lot of surgery, you don't really look younger. You just look like a person that got work done, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to say that in a way for people to understand it, but those older women that get it, they don't really look younger. They just look like they got work done. I don't think that people
they don't look younger. You can tell you cannot fake youth and beauty. And if you lean into that like society does and so many women do, then you're constantly fighting time to keep up with what's behind you. And that's not a good fight, you know. For men, I think that, I don't know, beauty ain't really, I mean, you could be handsome as a man, but what's important for men is wisdom, strength. These are things that you can build too. So as you get older and wiser, you know, you can have wrinkles and crow's feet and knotty hands and all that as a man. You just look more mature. But as a woman, when you're leaning on youth and beauty and still looking young and all that shit, you know, you might very well be smart, but if you make your brand off being youthful and beautiful, you're going to be fighting that losing battle. It's like trying to hold sand in the middle of your fingers. You can't look youthful. It look like you got your cheeks done. It look like you got your lips done. And the funny thing about it is when you in this town where everybody goes to the same doctor, everybody walking around with the same lips and the same titties and the same booty. And all y'all look like Miss Potato Head or some other project and shit. You can't look young again. You're young when you're young, and then when it starts to go, you know, you would be better off. You would be better off just to use some creams and stay in the gym, stay in shape, and try to keep things in the best shape as possible to fight for all the time. But all of this surgery and shit, man's hands can't do what God can do. So the man's hands, they'll take your money as long as you give it to them. But his hands can't make you look younger. His hands can't give you a curvaceous body, and you wasn't born with a curvaceous body. Y'all be looking like Miss Potato Head. Legs be this skinny, ass be popped out and shit. You're like, what the fuck is going on with that? And then everybody, you see everybody in the club with the same booty, so you like, don't, you know, it doesn't have the same effect. Back in the 90s, everybody had different sized booties. You had some booties that was long and curvy, some that was wide and voluptuous, some that was a little flat with a little pop at the bottom, and some chicks didn't have no ass, but they had natural breasts. I mean, everybody had their different flavor. Now, you know, in some of these big cities, I'm in Austin, I see a lot of cosmetic work done, and Miami and LA and shit like that. You can tell everybody going to the same doctor and shit, so it just takes away from the whole beauty aesthetic is gone. And now they're doing abs. And I see some botched up abs. Like you don't even, the abs, they be protruding and shit. Look like the bitch got a hernia. Or the nigga. You know, guys be trying to get abs. Look, the sexy thing about having a wonderful body is when you can tell that you put in the work to have it. You know, it's a big turnoff for me to see somebody with a lot of work. First of all, it tells me that you're delusional because you don't look great. And it tells me you're lazy because you figure, hey, I'm going to go run and take the Oreo cookies from here and put them in my ass and I'm going to be all good. Everybody's going to think I'm sexy because I got the fat moved in a different spot. Why don't you go out walking, running, lose the shit, tone it up. And even if you don't got to have a big watermelon ass, but if you got a nice muscular booty from running, you're going to be fly. You know, so I'll be glad when the whole trend plays out. Things come in, they go out. When the BBLs get played out, I'm gonna be cool with that because it looks clownish. It's the same thing as in the '90s when you would watch Jerry Springer or something, and you see the models that would go overdo their breasts, and they had the big old triple F titties sitting out there and shit. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, that shit look like a clown. No, I hope she don't think that look good. The only thing she could do is do a over the top porno with 4 niggas all on her titties, some old crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because she want to have triple G, triple D, triple F titties and shit. And then what else she gonna think somebody? What else is she gonna think people gonna believe that she good for? If she spends so much money to make her titties or make her ass stick out. And I wonder why they objectify me. You objectify yourself by making yourself a cartoon. Kick it.
Themselves as much as people have had access to that in the last couple of decades. And I think it's had a negative effect on female psychology, for sure.
Surgeries that they got before when they were younger, if that makes any sense at all.
Ashanti looks 35. She didn't get fillers and Botox in her 20s. No, they look older than 50, let alone 40. They are aging so bad because of the surgeries on their face.
Yeah.
Let's be for real. These ladies have had really long careers. Like, Kim has been in it. She doesn't have to be in it any longer if she doesn't want to. Like, why don't you just retire and, like, I don't know, invest in the stock market and live
Why
off
would
that
you
for
do
the rest
that?
of your life?
Oh, yeah, she's in it for the love of the game. I think she's motivated by something that regular people can't understand. And maybe it's because she's from essentially like a royal family led by a psychotic mother. It's like a modern royal family, but it's something similar to that, especially when they came during the time of social media. And they're led by like a psychotic mother, and they've been pimping themselves out, so they probably hate themselves. And at this point, the only thing that they love about themselves is that they can get attention and validation from other people. You know, the thing about people who hate themselves is that they crave external validation from other people. So really the only thing she probably likes about herself at this point is the fact that other people can go, hey, look, there's Kim Kardashian. And she'll always have that, but because she gained all her wealth through essentially her beauty or her looks, it doesn't hit the same when you're 55. They really spent their entire youth trying to enhance their bodies in ways that would make people desire them but not necessarily love them. So now that they're at the age where they're heading out, it makes sense to me that they're still craving that level of desire.
I'm so disappointed right now that Leo just said Kim Kardashian should retire when she knows damn well that that is never gonna happen. Miss Kardashian, Miss Mega BBL, the creator of Skims and the pioneer of Mega BBLs, retire from the limelight, the spotlight, to live the rest of her days out in peace and quiet? Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's the Ozempic result.
Sex tape
we already
OG.
know that losing excessive amounts of fat very quickly can age you very fast.
You look amazing. Thank you. Moody hat. Thank you. And I love
from the Met Gala. This is Kim Kardashian. You could see from the side profile when she's talking, you could see her neck bands.
Yeah, you wearing that.
Oh Lord. Oh God, they got a real physician. Like,
it's a muscle that connects from the mandible down to the chest.
Oh, I was assuming he was talking about the collar. I was assuming she was wearing the little collar thing in order to take away attention from her neck area.
The age, they separate. And these bands, you can see them coming in. But you could also see them if you get aggressive lipo of the neck area, where it pops the platysma band and makes it more visible.
So yeah, basically, thank you, Doc, for explaining that more eloquently than I did before. You know, the surgeries, the liposuctions of what she got when she was younger to have a more sharper jawline. That's what they do, right? And we all know the sharper jawline meme. The Hollywood sharp face, right? That all these celebrities want to get. You got to understand, in conjunction with the new trend of the buccal fat removal, all those surgeries that these people are getting to fit a particular type of aesthetic for whatever reason they want to get them for are going to catch up and are now starting to catch up with them as they age, because you need that extra fat, that layer of fat to support you as you get older. Sure, you want to fit the mold of a specific aesthetic when you're young, right? And instead of going to the gym and losing body fat, you want to do it.
My nigga say go to the gym, and then what I say, go to the gym, bitch.
Natural protective layer, collagen, the fat that support your face, unless you can somehow magically put it back when
work
you get
out
older,
every day, walk, run, push-ups, sit-ups, yoga,
person with all these surgeries,
Taebo, whatever the fuck.
Younger than you would have had you stayed natural,
instead of being lazy.
Went to the gym, ate a pretty good diet, walked, etc., and fine-tuned your body in a way that didn't need all these overly excessive surgery.
The mid-cheek looks hollow because the scalpel that she relied on for years was recently dissolved.
Yeah, like she looks like a skeleton. She looks like handsome Squidward right here.
Natural tissue unable to spring back, and anywhere from
she look like what's that motherfucker from what's that movie? Coco. She like Dorothy Mama. She like Mama Coco at the skeleton. Mi poco loco.
Down to her chin starts to look really, really hollow. In plain English, without all the BS talk,
Mi
the
piquitito
support
loco.
beams are gone, and gravity is essentially pulling her face downward. And all of this is kind of sad
like
when
a
you look back
skeleton
and
from
remember what she
Coco.
looked like before any procedures.
Mama Coco.
Old face before surgeries, like her natural face was actually just insane. I know, like, I've talked about this before, but I also always go back to this plot because I'm like, she did not need to do anything. Like, her natural Armenian features and like her baby hair was just chef's kiss. Like, I remember when people used to hate on her features and like call her Jafar or something, and I'm just like, bro, this is like insane beauty. Like, she's so beautiful.
I mean, Arabic princess, huh? Asian princess, or I don't know the ethnic makeup of Armenia. I'm pretty sure they have all types of people there, right? But clearly she has defining features that, I mean, good God, Jasmine from Aladdin type, you know? But of course, get into the Hollywood world, you get into media, everybody wants to have the same face, bro. Yep. I don't know what it is. They all want to look generic as hell. They all want the same nose.
That's it. This shit end up looking generic if everybody has the same nose and the same bone, structure, a cheekbone, and they think, oh, this is gonna make me look perfect, and you look like 50 other people by the time you go out to the mall or something. You look like 50 other nose. Everybody got the same nose. Once again, man's hands can't do what God can do. God can make billions of different noses, different shapes, billions of different eye shapes, facial functions, and all that shit. Man just know a couple. And so if you go and get your nose done, you're going to have the same nose as about 40 other people. You're going to have maybe 12 different variations of the same fucking nose. And then everybody starts to look alike. Same thing with the ass and the titties. You think you looking all beautiful, you go out, you got the same looking titties as about 50 other females. at the mall. The same ass as about 60 other bitches at the club. So then what men are seeing is not uniqueness of each and every woman. It's the same shit. Like the same booty, same titties, same, you know what I mean? And if you happen to live in one of these cities where it's trendy to get, work, you think LA, you think New York, you think Miami, Houston, Dallas has got a big plastic surgery culture. I mean, some of these cities where they just lead in this type of stuff, you go out and you're disappointed because they look, it's kind of pretty, but they all kind of look the same. When you see all the work done. And then everybody wants to follow the leader, so you get more people with some sort of work done than you get people who just are naturally good looking, naturally beautiful, or naturally handsome for that matter. So give me a small town gal or something like that. Of course, when I was single, I'm married now. But I'm just saying, give me most guys with like a small town type of girl who isn't competing with the Hollywood aesthetic and running to the plastic surgery every damn year.
Jawline, like Abel said, LA girls all look the same. I can't recognize.
They all the same. Do the same. Just saying.
Again, do what you want to do with your own body, your life. Couldn't care less, but understand the consequences that come with this stuff. You know.
It's kind of sad when you look at it. She gave up all of these beautiful natural features from her ancestors to look like a average OF model cardboard cutout. It's kind of sad. It's kind of boring. She could have played Jasmine in a live-action Aladdin. I'm not kidding you when I say that probably any Dubai prince would have wanted her so badly, like taken her away in his like gold-plated Lamborghini.
Yeah, she was bad as hell. Assuming she had minimal surgery here, bad as hell. Nice eyes, full lips, pretty smile.
I will be fair here, and I will say that she capitalized the most she possibly could. Of all the women who did what they did, you can honestly say that she did what she did to the best that she could do it at the very least. She became one of the most famous people in the world. Or I guess infamous, whatever you would call it, but either way, she definitely had a love for the game.
In her facial structure in general, like the mug itself, crazy.
4, Kylie had some pretty bad pillow face.
Sure. Damn, she looked like the oldest one right there. I know that's the youngest one. That's Kylie Jenner. And that's another thing. Some of them be getting plastic surgery now and fillers and all that shit in their 20s. They're not even like, late 30s and 40s trying to hang on. They be like trying to get preventative surgeries in their 20s. And that don't look good. I don't know. Her cheeks look puffy. Her lips look puffy. Protrusion and shit like that. I don't know what she was thinking.
Actually,
who the fuck is that?
Which
gosh.
could
These
be
are young
signs
too.
of another facelift or new fillers after she had the previous ones dissolved.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta wonder the psychological damage this has to have on somebody who's been doing this since at least the age of 16.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, I believe she got her first surgery when she was around that age.
Yeah.
And we can clearly see that, she's going through a state of flux between having Botox, not having Botox. I'm not even sure if Botox ever really gets out of your body or if there's a way to actually extract it from your face. But clearly, as we can see here in this photo, she had Botox in a lot.
And when you look at modern media today, you see how many younger women were influenced by it. Even women that aren't even famous. You see women on these dating shows and like Love Island shows. I'll just see pictures of these people, and they all look like the picture on the left. They all have that certain look where they kind of look like they're just like 36-year-old women.
Cruella de Vil.
Like 23 years old. And I'm just trying to tell you right now, and I know people like to make this argument, but and this might make some people upset, but I don't think that social media platforms are a neutral technology. I truly don't. I think maybe they were when we were just sharing random pictures to our friends and family, but now I think that they are weapons that are used. They could be neutral, but they're mostly used against you. And they've been programmed by people, scientists that know the human brain better than you know it, and they made them to be as addictive as possible and as influential as possible in order to sell you ads. I think that you could call it neutral before those people got involved, but when it gets to the point where TikTok is literally reading the micro expressions on your face to try to sell you more stuff. I don't think that that's a neutral technology. I think that it's a technology that's being used and weaponized against you. Sometimes I don't think that people are using technology. I think that technology is using people, and these devices were created to be as addictive as possible.
I'm tired of using technology.
14-year-old girls. And we know that this stuff has effects on like your attention span, your brain
sit
development.
down on top
we don't know if it has any long-term effects. It wasn't really around long enough for us to study it. We just kind of giving it to kids as if it was a neutral technology. When we look back at the consequences of technology, at first everybody thought it was cool because the cigarette companies were paying off all the doctors to put out good studies, and then we started to find out it causes cancer. I think that this is something very similar, and sometimes I don't think that social media is a neutral technology. I think that it is mostly geared towards the worst parts of humanity. And people think that this stuff doesn't work, and trust me, the people who spend billions of dollars on this type of stuff, they don't do it because it doesn't make them money.
More, and then I suppose it degraded or it was extracted to make her face look a bit more slimmer now. But I just gotta say, what is the psychological damage of all this on top of the physiological damage to one's face? Getting multiple surgeries or injections per year, per quarter, I don't know the schedule of all these people. Constantly tuning, tweaking, and fixing something that you think is not good or looks bad, and just never being satisfied with it. I gotta wonder.
She might have a little kiss of filler in the lip, a little kiss of filler here and there. That is not possible with just a hint of fillers, because the reality is she done stretched her face more than a jersey sheet over a king-size bed. Like, she was stretched out, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So it seems as though, based on what I'm gathering, because of all the Botox she got and the volume of which was injected into her skin, apparently she had to get a facelift, of which I believe they like kind of drag your skin back and then they like cut off the excess skin. Yeah. And mind you, Kylie Jenner is still in her 20s. She's a little older than me, but the fact that, of which I'm going to show you in this next scene, shout out to Leo, that she has this mark on the side of her ear at only 27. It's crazy.
It's my belief, based on this photograph, that Kylie Jenner has had a facelift at the age of 27. Why do I think that? I'm a plastic surgery enthusiast, and once you know the signs of facelift, you can't unsee them. This pixie ear right here, and I don't know if you can see the pull here, those are the telltale signs of a facelift.
Mind you, 2020, she would have been at max 22 here.
Fast forward a few years, at the top of 2024, we saw that much of this facial filler had been dissolved.
God damn. Now, come on now. If she's 24, 25, at this age, she damn sure don't look it. Now, she looks at least, and no disrespect to women in their late 30s, she looks at least in her late 30s. 39, 40. Hell, I'm 44. You know what I mean? But she do not look in her mid-20s. So the surgery did the reverse, the opposite for her.
See that, or we can see from the emptiness, the tear.
I mean, God, tell me that doesn't look like a 35, 36, 37-year-old woman. It just does. It looks like an older woman.
Area and just a general deflation of the Kardashian just after that Paris appearance. You said she was going on a filler removal journey. Now people laughed at her and said there's still filler in her face. The only filler that was really there was in her lip.
And you know what? Honestly, at this point in time, I can't even blame Kylie for a lot of the things she's done to her body. Knowing where she comes from, who her influences were, and her basically being groomed into being a botched experimental plastic surgery dummy. And the fact that we all know who's up next in line, which is going to be Kanye West's daughter with Kim North West, is kind of sad.
Why 12-year-old North West look older than 70-year-old Kris Jenner?
That's why.
Behind it is deeply unsettling. Recently, someone captured photos of North West shortly after.
People are brutal online. Just chill out, bro. She's 12 years old.
Leave the kids alone.
I mean, I don't even really,
Rollo love the kids, man.
Her 12th birthday.
Leave the
In the
kids
pictures,
alone.
North looks extremely haggard older than 70-year-old Kris Jenner, and she doesn't look like a typical 12-year-old at all. She even appears older and less energetic than Blue Ivy. What has caused North to end up like this? In fact, the Kardashian family's beauty standards, they believe North should start undergoing cosmetic procedures from a young age.
And that's where I'm going to end it at. Thing is, I mean, the Kardashians aging like milk, not literally, metaphorically, through the surgeries of which that have culminated and compounded over all these years. And now they're trying to throw North West into the mix. I know everybody thinks Kanye West is crazy. The mental status of Kanye West is up for debate. I think he is mentally ill to a certain degree. Although I think he knows exactly what he's doing a lot of the time. I'm not going to say, the excuse of mental illness, all right, whatever. But listen, his commentary on his daughter previously in the years before, spot on. I mean, he already understood what was going to happen. He was trying to rail against it, and now here we are.
Yeah, it's something about like when I see them and I'm looking at this picture right now, it just looks a little soulless. Like, very pretty eyes.
What is up with her mouth? Shout it like, a gnat gonna get in that shit. I'm gonna start doing that. I'll be like,
We probably got some digital altering, but it's just very soulless behind it. You don't really see much in there. Like that 1,000-yard stare that people have where they're just kind of looking past you. But as for the kid, I mean, she's just a kid. I hope that there's just somebody sane around her that can help her. The Kardashians were well overdue. This one's called The Kardashians Are Aging Like Milk, and I'll leave a link in the pinned comments and in the description down below. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L, and give me the HBO special that's a help brother house special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.
I generally don't like what women are.
Which is what?
As I generally don't.
That's one of the early comedians that really people are attaching to Red Pill, but you know, he was a player. He spoke player shit, and in the age of the internet, he was one of the first male comedians that really spoke out about modern women, dating what it's like between men and women and things like that. For me, it was things that I heard in barbershops growing up. Because I used to go with my pop and my dad, to the barbershop beauty salon in the town that I grew up in, Waco. There was a barbershop called the Jockey Club, and then next to it was a beauty salon. And so all the shit that they talking about on the internet today, I would hear as a 7-year-old in the barbershop / beauty salon. I go sit over in the barbershop and hear the men talk about their wives and what they, what they ain't gonna do and how much money they ain't gonna spend and what their wife is trying to get them to do and saying and shit like that. And then I sneak over to the beauty salon and I hear the women talk about their husbands like a dog. You would think their husband wasn't even in the next room. Girl, I ain't finna make him shit. Goddamn, I don't care about his deal. And then as soon as the nigga come on, baby, you ready to go? I'm ready, baby. So, all of the barbershop, to me, all the barbershop, beauty salon talk, whenever we get away from our spouse and with our, fellas and with our gals and all that shit just made its way onto the internet and it's blown up. And so you get characters and characters like Patrice O'Neal, Andrew Tate, the late Kevin Samuels. You get what's the chick name? I can't give you that chick name. The one with the hat, the princess, the prince, the queen maker, whatever the fuck that bitch name, Princella. You get characters like that online all the time, but it's nothing new to me because I would see it at a young age, men talking about women, women talking about men, but still getting together, after everybody went home, just venting to they girlfriends or their boyfriend or their homies. Men don't say, girls say girlfriends, men don't say my boyfriends. We say my niggas, my homies. But yeah, it's nothing new. The battle or the conflict between men and women is centuries old, and we still repopulating. So obviously, it's something we like about the other sex because we keep having sex and we keep repopulating. And we still have our little gripes about the opposite sex. It's gonna be what it is. Let's listen to my nigga Patrice, kind of half comedy, half life experience that he's kicking right here. And we're going to get into it.
Like living in a world where being what a man is a horrible thing. And no matter what a woman is, it's a wonderful thing. This is what they're doing. Yeah. They are, the society, they're bringing men down and women are up. But they don't understand women are getting their cue from men. Meaning, so if you're a woman and you're going, I want to be the most successful whatever I want to be, you're looking at the most successful man. you're competing mentally with men. I want to get the most. Women aren't going, I want to be. Why don't women think in terms of the king and queen system? It's a beautiful system. The system is, if I'm a man, okay, and I see a fucking bum woman, a woman has nothing, she's dumb, fucking, if I marry her, she's now the highest level she can be. She's the queen.
The queen.
You can't get higher than the queen.
Right.
It's a
I can
great
anoint
position.
her queen just by marrying her.
It's the baddest bitch in the land, but the queen is the king's bitch. But here's the reverse. And this is why these dominant women who can't find happiness is because the queen in this system, if it's just the queen, right, and the Queen of England is the queen because her father didn't have any sons. So he didn't have a king to take her, so she had to, his heir was a woman. So now she's the queen with no king. When she gets married, that guy is not the king. He's the queen's husband who doesn't get elevated to his highest position.
Right.
A man at his highest position helps a woman be at her highest position. A highest position woman who has a lower man can't be happy. It's nature. It's fucking nature.
All right. Okay. So these points of view. I mean, this
ain't hating on anybody. This is trying to understand our natural inclinations. Like he said, a man at his heights, the king. Let's think about Anthony Davis. I think in the news he just married a chick that was like a fast food worker or something at best. You know, now she is his gal. She's got elevation now. She got the money he got. She is elevated to at least his queen. But a woman could and would never do that if she was worth, $100 million. Get with a dude that worked at a fast food, driving Uber, or manager at Walmart. She would never and could never do it. It's just not in her nature to do it. And even if she did, that doesn't elevate him to princely or kingly status just because she married him. As a matter of fact, pardon me, he would be prince, but she can't marry a bum and then he be the king of the land. Nobody would do that. Nobody would accept that. You just the queen's man. You just prince. And Queen Elizabeth had Prince that wasn't Prince Edward. I gotta remember the prince's name. But whoever she married, he was a prince. Just like Prince William and Prince Harry. He wasn't king. And then when Queen Elizabeth passed and her heir took the throne, now we've got, the king. What's the nigga name? Shit, King, whatever his name is. King of England. Shit.
Assessment of how it all works. Could this be part of why you're not as popular?
Yes. Every time I talk, I go, this is ridiculous, but I have a woman who has been around me a long time.
This is a woman you were with.
I'm with now. I mean, my
queen,
my woman, who, in every woman's fashion, is trying to take me down. It's like Valkyrie.
How's that?
Operation Valkyrie. These bitches, they hate being women, man. I'm telling you.
But wait, let me ask you. So let me just understand something. So you're saying that women only have the model of success and power that men have established. So when they try to operate within that, they're acting like men, which means that they are denying themselves their queenness and will never be happy.
Thank you.
That's what you're saying.
It's like another analogy, more or less. I try to help my girl. I have to think of analogy every day.
Oh, I know. You're very good at it.
I have to think in analogy terms. It's like you meet, if you're an animal, okay, if you're a great white shark.
Okay.
There's a woman great white sharks and there's men great white sharks.
Yeah.
To every other animal, great white sharks are just vicious. No other animal looks at a great white shark and go, uh-oh, here comes the girl version.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of men, okay, we go and try to date within our species. Most male great whites say, oh, wow, they go out, girl, I want her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But women go, I hate the way great whites treat the woman great white.
Yeah.
So I'm going to now date these penguins or these seals who look at me and they run in fear. And I'm going to catch one and I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to play around with it and have this particular animal who looks at me with this fear and reverence just go, oh my God, you didn't kill me. Yeah, I didn't kill you. Just because, that's why these gorgeous women date these weak men and they
Right, but aren't they usually doing that just to piss off the great white?
No, they're doing it because they go, I'm not going to sit here and deal with this other great white. So what happens, though, is they're dating their food, and after a while they go,
dating their food.
I fucking hate this guy. I hate what he is. He lets me do anything I want. I talk to him like he's a piece of shit. I spit at him and he just does nothing. I'm going to eat him. Then she's going, how do I feel like a woman? You fucking date this man.
Yeah.
Great white. And you go fuck with him and this great white goes, hey bitch, look, you don't talk to me like that. I don't let no fucking girl sharks treat me like that.
I'm not a penguin.
Yeah, I got to deal with niggas trying to hunt me. I got to deal with other man sharks trying to bite me. I got to deal with you, bitch, with your mouth.
Yeah.
No, that dun music ain't yours. That's mine, motherfucker. I'm top of the food chain. But I have to.
How does this analogy work with your woman?
I'm the longest relationship she's ever been in. We've been together a good 7 years or some shit. She's been around a long time. I do an old joke where it's like, she's been with me for 8 years. I've been with her for 5. And it's like, I didn't know we were together at that time, but you know how it is. So she's been living truth for a long time where at first it was charming to her. Now she's trying to I call it karate class, man. All the things that when she was strictly the student, she looked at me as the master, and I teach her first kick, like, okay, baby, here, go hi-ya. It's like, oh, she feels good. She's kicking. She's learning moves. She's learning karate. Now this bitch has a 7th degree black belt in my bullshit, and now she thinks she can actually beat me, and she's hard to beat. You back in the day, I could flip her right on her head verbally. Whap. Yeah. She's like, oh my God, sorry, master. But each level she wants to go up, she thinks she don't want to go out into the world and try her shit. She wants to try it with me. And I'm the motherfucker who taught her, and I'm the motherfucker who loves her. But she's always trying to gain an advantage over me, and I'm the motherfucker and that's where things go bad in relationships, I think, is because, your woman starts to look at you like, he ain't the guy. I go, look, man, if you need to go find yourself another man, if you need to go do what you got to do, I'm not going to allow you to make me unsexy to you because I know how to not do it. I know that you're trying to gain something.
So you're saying, because I've been in situations where once they get hip to your bullshit, I mean, your model is good, but there might come a time where they're just sort of like, not only am I hip to your bullshit, but I'm tired.
Yes, she is tired. She's tired of me. She is, but I'm like, go be tired, because I'm telling you, you're thinking like a square. You're thinking like all these bitches who don't have a man. Go join them, because as eventually what she's looking for out of me is to do some of the things that her food does. Can't you just be like my food once or twice? No, bitch. No.
Why don't you want to give her a little of that?
It's not giving anything. It's I'm living me, and you're living you. At some point, you got bored. See, we don't have...
This is deep shit. I'm not sure it's right.
It might not be right. It might be sophistry. You know what I'm saying? It might be some bullshit.
I think it is your life. This is just, it's a point of view. It's not, it's a deep point of view, and it's been around for a while.
I think it to be fair. It's a fair thing.
But what about mother? What about that? You'll be a good mother, take care of your shit.
That's inconsequential, man. I don't even think, look, I'm going to tell you how far.
Do we have kids? Do you have kids?
I want kids, but I'm having, I don't have any, but I would like some. I mean, my girl has a kid she came with, and what the wonderful thing now, I think,
the kid lives with you?
No, but I was going to say, I look at people with kids and then I go, as a stepfather, quote unquote, her father's still in her life, she has a good father. He's not an asshole. It's just that I'm with her mother, so, and we get along. She loves me. I love her.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's great. Is I really like being sometimes dad. I'm like, wow, if she had to be my kid all the time, you're like, hey.
Yeah, but isn't there a different level of appreciation for that woman you're with and her relationship with her daughter that transcends this objectification riff that you're going on?
the thing is, I never waver from this is my standpoint. My standpoint is a natural feeling. It's a natural feeling. It's nature. I'm not. This is not a social standpoint. Like, okay, being a mother,
I understand,
a good mother is wonderful. I love my girl's a good mother. She's a good woman, but I'm saying you're missing the part of me being a good father.
Let's talk about it.
A good man.
Yeah.
Me being a good son.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, as a mother, people will go, "You have a mother." And it's like, yeah, but my mother was somebody else's bitch at one time. Meaning, my mother did things to.
She did the same shit that every other kind of modern woman could do. I mean, we revere our mothers, but they're our mothers. Our relationship to our mother is not the same as our relationship to women that we're dating. So all of that trying to throw in your face, don't you have a mother? Yeah, that's my mother. That's the relationship. She's my mom. She ain't somebody I'm dating that's trying to get over on my pocket. So I gotta have two different lanes with that. I love my mama. And even with that, as an adult, I've noticed some things about my mother since she remarried as I became an adult, and she's with a new man now. I know some things about my own mom that was like, well, that's some selfish ass shit, mom. You know what I mean? I'm not always on her side whenever she's having a disagreement with her new man. Because I can see some shit that she full of now that I'm not 7 anymore. You feel me?
Men, and she's told me this, mentally fuck with men. I mean, like, would she go, I've done this, okay, as a woman.
Yeah, but we do it too, right?
But we're not, see, this is the thing, Mark, you can't always. You know how my girl got me?
How?
I was a guy who was this terrible misogynist when she met me. I'm a lot less.
Less.
I'm telling you, a lot less.
Yeah.
Because I have submitted to the fact that a lot of things I've done, I don't do. Like, look it.
What's your big fear? In relation to women, that you're gonna cry, that you're gonna what is the armor about? What is the fight?
The fight is
and you always got these liberal peons like the brother he's talking to. Why do they say? I think they're wonderful. I think they're sugar, spice, and everything nice. What are you talking about? And then get played because they stupid and they in the dark about the true nature of women. I love women too. You just have to understand what they're capable of. And when you do, and they see that, maybe they're not going to try that with you, then you have a more harmonious relationship. But if they see you are green, it's kind of like my kids. If they see that you're not going to enforce the rules, then my kids will jump on the couch on your ass. They'll tear up shit. They'll keep tight. They'll get disrespect, all that. But if you come in and they can tell that you about discipline, they act right. So when a woman can see that a man she's dating is disciplined, intelligent, wise, he's not gonna put up with manipulation. After a while, she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna try this with him. But like he said, she knows which guppies and which penguins to try that shit with.
Interesting question, but I'm gonna be very honest. I just want my girl to know that my natural instincts stopped once I said I made a decision to be quote unquote a good guy. I know that fucking a lot of women is bad for her. She don't want it. She wants commitment, and she wants a monogamous relationship, and I give it to her, and I just want her to know that it's not. I just want her to always value
the sacrifice.
I want her to value that. All I do is want women to understand what we are. What we are. I want a lot of fucking women. Like, I just, every day, I see a woman that I go, man, I want the opportunity. I have a decent house, I have a decent car. I know it's like being a fisherman. right?
Right.
And this is again, you fish as a fisherman, Mark.
Yeah, as a fisherman.
As a fisherman.
If
you're a sport fisherman,
cast my line out.
As a sport
Yes,
fisherman,
sir.
which is a lot different from
fishing to live.
Fishing to live. You just, and thank you. Okay, do you see how you get that context? Okay, now, you go out there and you try to catch this fish.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
And you do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like any other sport fisherman, you catch the fish, you show it to your friends.
Yeah.
You take a picture.
Yeah.
You look at it.
Yeah.
And you throw it back in the water.
Right.
Now, your girl is in your life, or your wife, or anybody else who's a significant person in your life.
You don't show her.
Is a fish that jump back on the boat after you threw it in the water.
Have you worked this out before?
Because you caught her, she keeps jumping back on your boat.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there going, listen, you don't come out, because usually some fish get the idea that they swim back into the ocean and hope you come back again to catch them, or you got lucky enough to catch them. But the fish that's in your life was just flapping around your boat. She'd run all the other fish away, so that at some point you go, fuck, I just, listen, and then she goes, you go, look, I my job is to catch you and throw you away. Then she's like, what the fuck? Is that what I am to you? And as a man who has that dichotomy, you're just trying, no, I don't know. I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
No, you're the last fish I wanted to catch you, and then be the last fish. Then it's like, okay, good. Okay, now we're dating. So every time you come back, now, okay?
Yeah.
You go, okay, I got this fish. Now your fish goes, you love me. You go, yeah, I love your fish. All right, now that you love me, why do you still have your boat?
Yeah. They creep up on you. Okay, I love you, fish. All right, I'm with you. I'm good. Okay, now that you love me, why do you still got your boat? Why you still fishing for other fish? Why you still looking at other one? Why you looking at these, certain women on your phone, blah, blah, blah. Ain't I the only fish you ever wanted in your life? Yeah, I grew up as a kid. I said, I just want one bitch. That's it. One okay look.
Why do you still have your pole and all your bait? So are you saying you want me to stop being what I was to get you? So what that means
you want me to stop being what I was to get you. I got you this way. You want me to quit being that way. So then what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
And you start to look at me and go, you ain't even got a boat. There's a time where they go, you don't even have a boat. That guy has a boat. You used to be this great fisherman. You ain't even got a boat. This is what I meant was to get you. So what that means is when I stop being what I am, you start to look at me and go, you ain't even got a boat. There's a time where they go, you don't even have a boat. That guy has a boat. You used to be this great fisherman.
But why don't you say, well, you can't even swim anymore?
They'll never be able to not swim. My girl is gorgeous. If she plays her cards right, dude, there's never a time where she can't get something. Look, my girl got me to fuck with her. She was waiting. She just was waiting. She liked me, and she was waiting for some reason. You see my girl, and you go, why is she waiting for me to fuck her? Which gives me more arrogance because I know that women are better than us because a guy like me can get a girl like my woman. It's just because they love differently than we do.
Yeah.
What she did is finally, after all this time of kind of waiting and kind of being there, she invited me up to the house and she put a t-shirt on and went to take a shower and stuff, and she's talking to me and same old, and she went to go turn the TV and bent down so that her fucking pussy and asshole was just showing as she picked something up, and she knew I was looking, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's in my face. And so and by the way, his arrogance of having a vagina, she could actually, if I didn't fuck her then, she can actually be officially have the right to say that I'm gay. Just because she showed asshole and pussy and I didn't go for it then. Now I am a fucking fag then. That's how arrogant you can be with having a pussy. There could be no point where you could show your balls and asshole as a marker to pick a woman up or to fuck a woman, and it be acceptable.
Yeah.
If you showed your asshole and balls, Mark, and as a hey, look at this. Yeah. You saying I make them objects? No, I could never do what they do. What she did to get dick. I laugh at her to this day. Because it's like, do you see? You showed your asshole and pussy.
That's right. But in your model, that's how else is it going to go? They're acknowledging that they've got this and that you want it.
And let's go back to where there's never. I know you've never met a woman, Mark, who has taken responsibility completely for what she does. Exactly. Because that laugh says you didn't, because you would have had a contrary opinion. You've never met a woman that went, yes, I'm just wrong. Now,
All right, so why don't you present this to the people? Maybe the reason why you're feeling disappointed in how many people understand you or how many people want to be in your audiences, that maybe the comedy thing is just part of it. Maybe you need to build this larger, broader fellowship of rough truth. This is almost pimp shit.
To be honest, in my worst, I can really say the worst days, where I had a lot of women around. I didn't date any of them, but they just love me. Mm-hmm. I go, damn it, these girls like me enough. These girls listen to me enough. I'm not hiding any of them from each other. Mm-hmm. I could be a pimp, and I realized why I couldn't be a pimp, because I'm a good man. All of this shit is based on this is not based on being a pimp. This is based on being a good man, where I go, holy shit, I realized something. I could never live with myself as a man. Allow my woman to sell pussy and give me all the money. I couldn't do that shit. And I realized there are women who get hit in their relationship, and you go, why are you staying with that man? Because I love him. There's women that work a 9 to 5 and give every dime to a fucking bum that's in the house. I just love him. She's a fucking hoe. And he's a pimp. Now, it's a matter of, do you abuse that? I don't abuse my woman. I just don't want her abusing me, Mark. That's it. I don't want her abusing the fact that I'm a good man.
Okay. Well, now we've got that about, and I believe that you are a good man, and your system seems to work for you.
Dude, man, it's a
hard system to sell out there on the road, because what you're saying, a lot of what you're saying, it may be true to a lot of men, but a lot of men aren't going to admit it publicly, and they certainly aren't going to sit there in a comedy room and listen to you say that and look at their woman and go, huh, that's us.
Well, but I'm saying, like Lopez, I read this thing, Lopez got busted cheating, the boy got busted prostitute. It might be some fucking bullshit.
Strippers, right?
Right, yeah. Pay for some pussy, supposedly.
Right.
But if you look at a lot of the guys' wives, I mean, George Lopez, his wife she gave him a kidney. She's a fucking soldier. And as a man, if he cheats on her with strippers or hookers, as a man, there should be men that stand up, Mark, and go, okay, in the cheating world, he did the right thing. He doesn't have a side bitch that he has kids with. He's not keeping. He went and got these girls look better than my wife pussy. He's the most famous.
And I'm paying for it, and it's not going to follow me home.
Yes.
But yet it followed him on the newspaper. And the computer.
He's the most famous Mexican in the world. He's a funny looking guy, and no offense. If he's honest with himself, bad skin, funny looking face. And there's some motherfuckers that will fuck him. And he should be able to fuck a little bit.
I understand that. But, the argument that works against that in your system is that women they're always going to be able to get another one. Maybe not as good as one. So you're saying that the power of George Lopez is that his shit is so good, that his home is so hot, that his money is so good, that he should be entitled to do that, and she should have to put up with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. He did the right thing. He got caught. Okay. Meaning he could, in all reality, go, this is what's going to be like, bitch.
Yeah.
And she goes, George, shut the fuck up. You go, I'll give you a $2 million, and you get the fuck out of my face. He didn't do that. He snuck to try.
He tried to lie or do it quietly or however to protect her feelings. You know, and all of a sudden the media got on the shit, trying to be all moral and shit. She probably knew he was going. If they had an agreement where she gave him a kidney, but she wasn't doing well or whatever, she probably knew he was going, getting this shit topped off somewhere else, and then come back home with a problem. Soon as the media gets a hold of it, they want to get in your business. I said, mind your goddamn business. It's between me and my wife. He's so wrong for that. She did all that for him, and he's gonna go get some more pussy. What the nigga not gonna get no more? If he got an agreement with his spouse, then that's their business.
Okay, so what do you think he's doing now?
Now, okay, me and my girl discuss if this happened to us. I always try to put scenarios there.
Sure.
If she gets caught cheating, I said, I'll stay with you, but you get demoted down to where you don't want to be no more, which is you got no say. My girl got say.
Yeah.
But at one point, she worked hard to have a say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you should be doing that?
Right.
Do you think you should be, and not afraid or whatever, like me, mind your business, bitch, whatever, but do you think you should be doing that as my partner?
Okay.
I told her if I get caught, what am I going to get demoted down to? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Me getting a demotion means you get a demotion. Actually, meaning what are you going to do? You have to leave me. But I'm not going to stay in your life, right? If I get caught fucking doing something that I didn't want to do and I hurt you, what happens is I'm not going to sit here and live an apology for the rest of my life.
I thought the same way.
I'm not going to sit here and have you hold me hostage and take away really what our relationship is built on, which is you think that I'm a great man.
Yeah, this is an interesting point because this is something that happened to me. Like when my wife left me for me being an angry motherfucker, and whatever. The reason she left, I understand. Mm-hmm. But the condition of the leaving was I want a 3-month trial separation to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah, so she could go and cheat on you back. Like, fuck that shit. He wasn't going to do that.
I was upset. I did everything I could to get her back on some level. And quite honestly, I've never admitted this before.
Anger management?
Well, I tried that. I tried it, and I was upset.
You do it for yourself, though.
Well, no, I did it for her.
No, I'm saying that's what you do. You do for yourself.
When I knew, though, like about 2.5 months into this, I'm like, fuck this. I can't hold on to anymore. I'm gonna go fuck somebody. Mm-hmm. And I know I did that, but I waited almost 3 months. But after I fucked somebody, I knew I got to file for a divorce because I'm not going to live an apology for the rest of my life. Even if I got her back, I don't want to have to answer for that, and I don't want to have to live an apology.
But you still could have got through that because, look.
She didn't love me enough. She had some other dude. She had enough.
But
she got the other guy with the better job, with the better family.
She better deal. That's what had happened. We don't even better deal. Look, we don't even better deal women. We just like pussy. Is that a girl in a trash can? Let me see what she look like. Hey, how you doing?
Like new
Why
stuff.
you in a trash can?
They better deal us.
We're not even
like
better.
You could cheat. You might cheat. Just want some more, on the side. If she cheat or leave, she'll stay by herself till she can better deal you. Or you made $100,000 a year. Okay, my new man makes $250,000 a year. So not only. You know what I'm saying? She got to show you that I'm not only it didn't work between us, I elevated from you, motherfucker. I shit on you. We don't do that. We don't even worry about that type of shit. We either be single or just the new pussy can be, as long as the bitch is clean.
Killing them.
I know.
We're not.
I can't. I know it doesn't matter.
Being good to a woman for us is a commitment to ourselves. Okay. It's a commitment to the fact that we go, this is what they want, and this is what they think is the right thing to do. And we're decent people. We go, you know what? She's right. Let me stop trying to fuck everything that moves. It's probably some weird, it's probably some weird compensation for something. And I go, let me be good to this girl. I'm not going to get better. I might be able to get better good looking, or I might be able to get better decent, but not together with her.
And women would be more okay with being submissive if it was more men who did more things in their life to lead her. She would submit naturally if you were a leader. But because you sit in the house all day not doing shit, playing the game, hanging out with your friends, getting high, and you haven't led yourself nowhere, that's why she's struggling with being submissive. That's why she can't cater to you. Because she's done more in her life than you've done in yours. Women want to be with somebody that they admire. You don't have any qualities that she admires about you because you're too busy trying to impress other men instead of raising your family and creating a foundation for y'all to build. That's why she's not being submissive. That's why she's arguing about everything she said because she don't trust you to leave her.
All right, sugar. Say that shit. She said, that's why, nigga. I don't trust you niggas. Stop recording. Is this an hour?